The media influences absolutely everything that we do. It's the most influential thing on the planet today. And that's proven entirely by the way elections are run, advertising is done, money is made, and it influences you without you ever knowing it, which is probably one of the scariest parts about it.
We don't invest enough in critical thinking skills in our country. And I feel like with media literacy, it's literally at its core is critical thinking, breaking down, deconstructing, seeing different perspectives.
And it just makes you really think critically about everything, because something that you think is not affecting you, like just reading an advertisement while just walking around or taking the train, you realize that is affecting me. Like, what else might be affecting me that I'm not even thinking about?
It really applies to everything, to art, to language, to history. You watch films, classic films like these, and you understand the times and the society of the times that these older films came out in, and then you follow that through the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and you get to the modern era, and you understand how the society of your own time shapes the media and how the media shapes the society.
Anything on television, anything in magazines, like anything on billboards, it's like those aren't real people. Like those are like real people that have gone through makeup, that have gone through Photoshop, that have gone through editing, and it's like real life can never be like that. And like to younger kids, like 12, 13-year-old kids, like they need to, because like that's what you want. You want to look like a celebrity. You want to have all those cool things, but like that's not real life.
I feel like media portrays different countries really differently from what the countries really are. Because I grew up in Thailand, so here in America, after Hangover 2, everyone thought of Thailand as like a sex city full of prostitutes, just parties and everything. But in reality, it's like any other city in the world, just lots of traffic.
People in the suburbs don't know how people in Dorchester really live, and Dorchester is really a nice place, and I feel like people have been walking around and only listening to what the media has to say about us and not really giving us a chance.
Being from Afghanistan and visiting it in 2008, I went there and I saw different places and like how it's much more like green than the media shows. The media shows how it's like a dirty place and like it's just sand and desert. It's actually not. It's more of a green environment. Everything there, it's beautiful. It's not like how it's just like bombs and stuff.
And even when you look at these magazines, all the men look the same. They're never smiling. They're always upset, staring off into a distance, glaring at something or somebody. And with media literacy, I was able to understand that those guys are pretty nice guys, and most of the time they don't look like that. And not only do they not look like that, I don't have to walk around and look like that. And I don't have to, when I see a person who's not walking around like that, I'm not gonna think of him as less than, because that's what media teaches us to do. As guys, he's less than a guy if he isn't aggressive, if he isn't trying to dominate, if he's always smiling. And, I walk around with a smile all the time.
My definition of beauty is different from what everybody else thinks, and I think it's because I took that lesson, that I realized that media isn't the most powerful thing. I think I'm the one who can control myself and think what I believe is right. I think the need for media literacy education will be even greater in the future, because you never know what new technological or social media site or anything like that might come out. And you never know how many people are joining social media sites every day, and the message can be brought to even more people. And if our whole society is media literate, it's really going to make a difference in how we look at each other and who we respect and what our vision of good or bad is in society.